We are now 2 weeks out from the conclusion of the Papal Summit, which dealt with the sexual abuse of children by priests. While I was in Rome, there were times that I had to concede a limited change of language and tone from some bishops. But I say today, more than ever, that talk is cheap. Cardinals are still required, to the point of shedding their blood, to keep any secret which might harm the church. Bishops, and really anyone involved in internal church tribunals against priests, are still bound under penalty of excommunication to maintain absolute secrecy in these matters, even in response to secular authorities. Those are the rules on the books. 17 years after Cardinal Law of Boston was forced to resign in disgrace, his protege, Bishop Richard Malone of Buffalo, continues in office with the same sad ministerial portfolio of cover-up. Also in the present, Bishop Donald Troutman, retired of the Diocese of Erie, Pennsylvania, continues to minister and represent the diocese there publicly, despite figuring prominently and devastatingly in the Pennsylvania grand jury report. There are many bishops in the United States, in fact, throughout the world, without a doubt, that are in these same situations. Why haven't bishops in the United States been asked to tender their resignations on a wholesale basis as they were in Chile? Father Hans Zellner, one of the organizers of the recent summit, said that the event represented a qualitative and quantitative leap in the church's response to abuse around the world. Oh wow, there must be something new happening, right? Anyone who thinks that the Papal Summit was somehow new or novel needs to realize that this is actually the third such summit conducted by the Vatican. The last took place in 2012 in Rome. The same main figures organized that one too. Father Lombardi, Father Zellner, and Archbishop Scicluna. They organized that one as well. Bishops from more than 100 Episcopal conferences from around the world attended that one too, as did the heads of all of the major religious orders around the world. One of the initiatives touted this time is the call for more concrete procedures and maybe the imposition of sanctions for bishops who cover up. Actually, such guidelines already exist. They are spelled out in a circular letter from the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith, which handles these matters, and was sent to all of the bishops' conferences of the world in 2011, 8 years ago, a year before the last summit in Rome. At that time, every bishop was instructed to draw up the norms specific to their region and situation. Of course, some of the American bishops this past fall tried to draw up norms of their own, but then were told to wait for the summit which just concluded. Even Archbishop Scicluna, one of the organizers of both summits, and who has had more of a hand in the prosecution of these cases than any other bishop, this time admitted that the bishops of the world still lack ownership of this issue. Even as I was filming this video of the bells at the tomb of St. Francis of Assisi, Pope Francis was ensconced in Rome that same morning, suggesting that those who bring accusations against the church are relatives of the devil. Was St. Francis the Reformer a relative of the devil? Was St. Catherine of Siena, who challenged the Pope of her day to reform the church, a relative of the devil? Pope Francis has yet to show in any demonstrable way that he is a reformer, or that he has any intention of applying zero tolerance to bishops who even willfully hid this history from public view. Francis, your words about being in league with the devil make me think more about you than give any of us hope for real reform. We will have more luck encouraging law enforcement, courts, legislators, and legal advocates to take up our cause. They are more likely to support victims and the common good of society more than any pope or bishop.